Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Makai with Cable East, fleet manager here. Today we're going to be going over a crew truck for a pre-trip DOT inspection, walk through before you get in the truck, take off for the day. First things first, what I like to do is, you come out, just kind of taking a look under the truck, make sure you don't see any leaks, just kind of like a general look over. As you're approaching the truck, gives you a good time to just look under there. You see a big puddle, obviously you know you've got a bigger issue. So first thing you're going to do, kind of just like I said, walk through everything, make sure everything's good. And just like all of our other equipment, what I like to do is before we do a startup, check our lights, stuff like that, go ahead, pop your hood. Just like that. It's assisted. It's got these nice fancy shocks on here. They work good, especially on a brand new truck like this. No, you don't have the little hold up thing anymore. It's 2025 right here, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, back to the serious stuff. Checking the engine oil. It says engine oil. Pull dipstick out. Make sure you're within that threshold where they want you to be. They actually have a little marker on there and it says safe. Throw this back in here. All good, all kosher on that. Got an oil cap here. If you gotta add any oil, has what oil goes in it. This special little ram here actually tells you what months to put what in there. So if it's hot outside, you can run 10W30, and if it's cold outside, you can run 5W40. So if you need to know. As you move around here, you've got your coolant overflow reservoir tank. You're going to have your low level and your high level. Obviously, check it when it's cold. It's going to be where it needs to be at, and as it warms up you'll have expansion, so it'll go up a little bit. So biggest thing with coolant, make sure that it's the right coolant. If you have to add coolant, make sure it's all-purpose, or if you go to the parts stores, they have the manufacturer coolant for that. If you don't know, call me. I'll make sure that you get the right stuff. So walking on around. All right, yeah, so come on around here. You have your brake fluid reservoir. It's got your maximum and minimum on here. Make sure you're in that threshold of where you need to be at, so you continually have brakes. Not good to not have brakes. Moving on down, got your power steering reservoir. Make sure it's a little hidden in here, so make sure you can see that. It's good to go. Moving on forward, you have your blinker fluid, also known as windshield wiper fluid. Make sure that you've got some of that in there. This is not a coolant tank, this is a windshield wiper tank. That stuff that sprays on the windshield, so good to go there. All right, everything's checked out, everything's good. Don't see any tears in all your belts, no leaks on the engine itself. These things are bulletproof. For all the Ford guys out there, sorry, but this is the best truck they make right now. So, all right, so moving on around, what I like to do from there is go ahead and just check your tires. Make sure your tires are good. You're already out here, might as well go ahead and check them. So front tires, you cannot have any gashes anywhere on this tire. On the outside of the sidewall or anything like that, you want it to be smooth, clean. Like I said, we do a lot of curb hopping. We are sidewalk warriors out there, so we got to be careful whenever we're jumping curbs, and that these tires stay in good shape. 430 seconds on the front tires, make sure they're good to go. It's 230 seconds on the rear tires or any other drive tires. No gashes, no tears. Especially a lot of guys we put a lot of the they call them a open shoulder tire or a mud terrain tire. The lugs on these heavier trucks, it's hard to keep a tire on these trucks. These lugs will start to tear out, rip out. come get them replaced. We spend a lot of money on tires. It's what keeps y'all going, what keeps y'all safe. So we got to make sure that these are in good shape. So work your way around the truck, make sure everything's good. This is a time to make sure all your stuff's in where it's needed to be. Make sure these lights are in these grommets the way they're supposed to be, not popped out. Just doing a once over. Big misconception is that you see this DOT tape. If you have DOT tape on there and it's torn up, faded, ripped, whatever it may be, that's a DOT violation. We can get hit for that. So your DOT tape has to be in good shape, working order, making sure that it looks good, so nice and reflective. Working your way around, just making sure everything looks good. Making sure that none of your lights are cracked. Starting from the top, working your way down. So next thing I do is you're gonna do your light check. What I do typically is just turn it on. Don't turn the truck on, but turn your truck to where the lights turn on. Typically what I do is start at the top, work your way down. All your running lights, if they're up there, they've got to work. You got them on there, they got to work. They got to be in working order. Work your way down. Your headlights are working. Your other running lights are working. If you're a one-man show, which 90% of all the crews are multi-man shows, lots of guys on these crews around here. Tell your buddy to get out of the truck, wake up, get out of the passenger seat. You turn on your blinker, make sure he checks your blinker. Looks like we got a left-hand turn signal on the front. Work our way to the back. We got a left-hand turn signal on the back, so we're good to go. Everybody says, hey, Mackay, you know, why don't you just turn the hazards on? Yeah, you're right, but this isn't 1978 or whatever. All these things have different CAN buses. They got different working computers that run different things. So that switch could be working. Say you turn your hazards on, that switch works, right? Well, you get going down the road and you start using your blinker left and right, and then that doesn't work. So whether they work together or not, it's still, you should be checking it in this way, not just turning your hazards on and getting out and looking. So same thing. Lights working. A lot of these newer trucks, they have light tests on them. Especially if you've got a trailer hooked up, it gives you a light test option. I know a lot of the new Fords have that, and kind of going through it that way. Biggest thing with this though is this is your chance to look at your truck, make sure everything's in working order. I know it's easy to wake up in the morning, get in this thing and take off. It's easy to do that. But all it takes is that one day to where you get in this truck and the day before, these lug nuts have been wallering off all day. You get in the truck and take off, that front wheel falls off, and then you're either in the ditch or the front wheel's through somebody's windshield. It's something to take serious. You're driving around a $100,000+ vehicle. This isn't a $50,000 truck. It's, you know, over $100,000 once it's built. So just keep that in mind. It's expensive and your life matters. It's not just this equipment that matters. You know, it's the whole point in all of this and kind of getting these messages out is because we want y'all to be safe. We want the crews to be safe. We want the drivers to be safe. And this will help you be safe. So last thing I want to touch on, which we have a major issue here with, is where you put fuel in this truck at. So come on back here. So as you can see, you have this green cap here. It says ultra low sulfur diesel fuel only. So as you can see, nice and big for a diesel nozzle to go in there and fill it up. The big misconception on these diesel trucks is this little blue cap right here, which takes DEF fluid. See, nice and small. So you come next door to my shop, or you're out in the field and you grab a DEF handle or one of those DEF jugs, and you decide, you know, I'm just gonna walk up and put it in the first hole I see. Well, not only does that detonate the fuel system, it shuts the truck down and it can't move. So this is something that we've got to pay attention to. Make sure we're putting fuel in the fuel nozzle, and then the DEF fluid and DEF fluid. Everything's labeled. We typically put stickers on everywhere to make sure that you know where it goes and there's no question about it. And then next thing is this right here. A lot of people are starting to see these new numbers on here. We used to just have the 4 numbers on here. So this is your truck number. These last 4 are always your truck number. The first 2 are for administrative purposes or fleet purposes to know what year model it is. And then, like I said, the last 4 are the truck number. So if you ever get a phone call from us and say, hey, what's your truck number? We're looking for this right here. Look in your rear view mirror, read it backwards, and it'll tell you exactly what we need to know. And kind of go from there. Kind of going through everything else, you'll see these stickers on here. It's got to have a fire extinguisher. As you open these doors, all of your safety items should be under this seat. So you have a fire extinguisher, cones, triangles, comes in a little red box. Will be a thumbnail in the video of what that looks like, and then your spare fuses as well. So but that's pretty much everything as far as going through a truck before you get in it and take off. If you have any questions, please contact us at the shop, and we'll help you walk through anything. Thanks guys, y'all have a great day.